It's December 17th, 22. Okay. I always like it when I nail things. Okay. In 19, this really old couple showed up. This old lady with short, blonde, pixie cut hair walks by me and said, he'd rather go out with me than her. He said, because she didn't use Swiffer wipes on her floor and she used a towel to clean her wood floors, and he thought it was disgusting. So stupid me. Back then I was starving and I only had a few dollars a week to live on. And I took that money and went and bought the $3 wipes to go on my floor instead of using a towel and soap and water because I have hardwood floors. Because I was keeping everything spotless. And okay, she shows up a few months later. Now she had like a little pixie cut. She's blonde. She's 60s, so it's the heavyset white guy. Okay. She had got blonde extensions, straight ones, really long ones. It didn't look good on her because she's super thin. She was in Dollar General in Louisville. She's like, you need to tell that Steve to leave her alone. That none of this is funny. They had already found all the kids lying a long time ago. 18. And she's telling people in Dollar General that Steve needs to leave me alone. They already found the kids lying a long time ago. I don't even know who she is. I just said that, and people screamed outside my apartment. When I nail something, see, these people, a lot of them that are doing it are in their late 60s. And they're setting up their retirement fund to own an island. Now, I made a mistake when I said Central Baptist on November 6/22. It is Trinity Temple on West Tosque. Okay? It's Trinity Temple. I made a mistake and said Central Baptist. It's actually Trinity Temple. On West Tosque. Down by 77. Okay? Where they came in November 6/22 at 10 o'clock in the morning. 10:30. Karen's okay anymore. We found the protected custody order. They're rambling about things in the case in front of my client and in front of other people. Well, you know that agent that called her back is the one that told on her the night before. That officer actually verified it. He didn't tell on him before, and he verified it, that it was him that told on her. Oh, my Lord, and they walk out. That's where November 24, 22, I think it was a lady officer in there talking to that nurse that just got down and taking care of me at Mercy Medical in the emergency room because I had food poisoning, walks out from behind the curtain. She's like, we all heard that Eric make fun of us for falling for this. And no one's going to say a word to her again. We're November 18, 22 at Walmart 62 between 2 and 6 p.m. He screams out all the tapes before me. Ha! It was my idea to come up with it. It was my idea to do it. It was my idea to say it. Ha! 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 Jackass. It was on me and not her, and they fell for it, and they went along with it. Well, if it's just you, I could even take your eye now, except I still went along with it. Ha! Well, that was November 18, 22. Yeah. 2 to 6 p.m. by the hair salon, by the entrance, under camera, tape and audio, and Walmart 62 by the entrance, and then 1 by in the hair salon. Tape and audio, full confession. That it was all him where they kicked in my door, they date, rape, drugged me, and photoshopped that shower scene. Okay? Before. Okay, pumpkins. And then the nurse admitting it, she knew it was Eric. November 24th, 22. Mercy Medical in the emergency room. I told that lady, I think it was a lady officer. No one will say anything to her. We all heard that Eric make fun of us for falling for this. And then turn it around that the other lady, and I think it was the officer, she's like, you know, that agent that bullied her into saying she was lying when she wasn't. I found out those men ran experiments on her, and they need to realize how not funny this is. And I told them that she better not have permanent damage. I found out that it's so bad that nobody's even ever said anything bad about her before. Really bad. See, they call it Mel's kids. lying because they want to, the house wasn't on Thanksgiving of 18, legally bugged house. But the house wasn't meant for Grandma. It was meant for Auntie Shell and Papa. And Grandma needs to get out. Michelle. Okay? And later on to Flora, they were making everything up. They're, as Massillon Police put it, documented in games of pretend. And like the Stark County Sheriff said over a year and a half ago, if Kurt just found out those kids are lying, he has to lie. Because these people sold the login and everybody heard them say that they were lying, like Man Canton and Canton, May of 19. If you didn't hear John's kids right on the third step up, Karen, Dave's girlfriend, isn't Shell, it's Michelle. They also heard them state to Flora they were making everything up and they were games of pretend. That's why my other granddaughter, Flora, ratted them out October 23rd, 2019. Of course, it never happened. Of course, it wasn't true. We made it up. They were games of pretend. The police already came up and told me they found them all lying. And the rest of them spoke highly of me. They called it fucking shit my family should be ashamed of. And then documented me jokes. I was found innocent of everything in 18. These people are just trying to embezzle out of the informant program. I am supposed to get $5,000 a month. And I have diplomatic immunity goes with it. And I was supposed to pay for my housing and my living expenses. And the church that was drugging me, photoshopping me before and waking up with bruises and hand marks, their permanent plan to do away with me, that they were telling Sarah about. Yeah. That's this. Yeah. So, yeah. And if I didn't die. My damn luck, they found a dirty agent that is running a scam of embezzling all the money out of the people in the informant program. Okay? And, the informant program. And I never got a dime. I looked up the law as 641. If you even withhold money from, the person that was intended to under $100, it's up to a 1 year prison. If over $1,000, it's 5 years to 30 years in prison. If you try to even misdirect it to another person than the person that it was intended to, it's the same amount. Even withholding it back is federal prison. It's embezzlement. It says it's considered embezzlement, and embezzlement is considered a serious crime of theft. So yeah. These people, if somebody comes down here, see, I called the FBI hotline. We'll have an agent call you back. I lived in Portage County. It should have went to Akron. I Googled it. So why would a FBI task force in Canton courthouse? Because Dave was dating Michelle. And first they said it was his daughter, and then they turned around and they tried to say it was retired Judge Pete's involved. He was driving around me a lot, friends with Ludick. But Michelle was at the Family Church, young blonde girl, 19, 20 years old. My dad's FBI. He works the case. I date Dave. She was a pea sweater girl, and then she had me being raped. She's not funny. She's very dangerous, and so are these people. These people are setting themselves up to own an island when they retire. They're way up in their 60s. They're trying to set them and their families up to be billionaires, stealing from the people in the informant program. See, the only requirement to be in the informant or witness protection program, the government is looking into a case. And for you being a victim or a witness of that crime and for your testimony, they put you in there and you get all those things. So they can't retaliate. They can't run a scam. They can't hurt you. They give you diplomatic immunity or in police protected custody. You, you get your $5,000 a month, $60,000 a year, and then you get housing and living expenses and 24-hour police home surveillance for the rest of your life so they can't kill you for testifying against them. Yeah. And the only thing I got was 24-hour police surveillance. And the only thing they've done is document what happened. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life. Failure to notify for initiating is, and speaking to the other person in the home is abuse and misconduct, and failure to protect is abuse and misconduct goes into the right of privacy, illegal search and seizure, Fourth Amendment. You also have a right to remain quiet. You also have a right to an attorney. You have a right to a speedy, fair court trial. You also have a right not to be mistreated, and you have a freedom of speech. They cannot bend the law or twist the law or make up laws and then add it onto it. The law states, and it comes down to the law states, in the witness protection program, it is only for your testimony and your witness against those people. Do they protect you? And then it's for like law states. And the law states you can't withhold my money from me, or it's considered embezzlement. But the law states you can't redirect it to somebody else, or it's embezzlement. The whole thing, they've stole over $300,000 from my case alone.